Welcome to Widescreen, I'm Dan Slevin. Mexican director Guillermo del Toro had a frustrating few years between 2008's Hellboy sequel and 2013's epic battle between giant robots and titanic monsters, Pacific Rim. Development hell had consumed him as he spent years in Wellington preparing Hobbit films he would never get to make, and the studios cancelled a dream project based on H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness. He's making up for lost time with a new big screen outing, Crimson Peak, described by del Toro himself as a gothic romance. He's very keen that we don't describe it as a horror film, despite the presence of some very creepy ghosts, and the finished product is a testament to old school cinematic values, even if the parts don't add up to a totally successful whole.
Ghosts are real. That much I know. I've seen them all my life.
It's turn of the 20th century Buffalo. Aspiring young novelist Ethel, Mia Wasikowska, is wooed by a handsome British aristocrat fallen on hard times, played by Tom Hiddleston.
It's, rather good, don't you think?
Really?
You see, where I come from, ghosts are not to be taken lightly.
He's been trying to win a business investment from Ethel's self-made father, with no success until the old man mysteriously falls and cracks his skull on a bathroom sink, leaving Ethel with a substantial inheritance to be taken advantage of. With Hiddleston's spiky sister, played by an extremely intense Jessica Chastain, they return to their remote and dilapidated English North Country seat, Holy Roof and all, to try and reverse the fortunes of their failing clay mining business.
They're dying. They take their heat from the sun, and when it deserts them, they die.
That's sad.
No, it's not sad, Edith. It's nature. It's a savage world of things dying or eating each other right beneath our feet.
Surely there's more to it than that.
Beautiful things are fragile. At home, we have only black moths. Formidable creatures, to be sure, but they lack beauty. They thrive on the dark and the cold.
What do they feed on?
Butterflies, I'm afraid.
All is not as it seems, though, and Ethel's mental and physical health deteriorates while pressure goes on to transfer her wealth to her new husband's venture. As Ethel says when she's pitching her novel to a publisher at the beginning of the film, this isn't a ghost story, it's a story with ghosts in it. And these decrepit creatures, inspired by del Toro's usual muse, the brilliant mime Doug Jones, have a message to send, one that might save her life. Crimson Peak is a handsome creature. Production design and finish is first rate. The big house itself is a remarkable achievement, a character in its own right.
How do you manage this house?
It's a privilege we were born into, and one we can never relinquish.
Would you mind getting me a copy of the house keys, please?
You don't need one. There are parts of the house that are unsafe. And these rotting walls. In the dark. There are secrets everywhere.
Special mention must also go to Wellington-born costume designer Kate Hawley, who must surely be in line for an Academy Award nomination for some of the most spectacular frocks I've seen on screen in a long time. But you don't come out of a movie humming the sets, no matter how spectacular they are. Inspired by Victorian ghost stories by people like Edgar Allan Poe and Hammer horror films of the 50s and 60s, there's a good reason why Ethel's surname is Cushing, after all. Del Toro's story doesn't quite live up to the plush surroundings, and the ghosts themselves don't turn out to be all that important either. Crimson Peak reminds us that Del Toro, arguably the nicest man making films today, has a deeply worrying subconscious. One moment of violence seems so out of character with the rest of the picture that it almost spoils it. But there are plenty of pleasures still to be had from something so highly strung and operatic, so utterly uninterested in being ironic. I'm Dan Slevin, this has been Widescreen. See you next time.